Hello. Okay. Here's the deal. Today we're going to be doing some 3D printing using the printer that's not currently set up. The Raspberry Pi that used to run it is here, I think. There might be another one over. No. Where'd that one go? Oh, that's annoying. Okay, well there we got options. We're gonna set that up again. So we have to get the 3D printer working. But I was recording a video about something. This
appear to have shrunk and also had a baby, Shelby. CHEER 100. End of line.
Ben, thank you for the 100 bits. I was recording this, and apparently my microphone pack just turned off. Like, just straight up actually turned off. Not a loss of power, just turned off in the middle of it. Now, I lost about 30 minutes of actual recording to that, and I had done everything up to this point. Oh, that's what you all are talking about. Good grief. I timed it out so it would all be done by today so I can edit it tonight and tomorrow morning, because my next week is going to suck. So here's the deal. We're going to just ignore the fact that these are here for now. We're going to start the prints and get the printer working. And then while it's printing, I'm going to record. I think I might just have to record the outro and some voiceover. I want to get the voiceover over with, or the voiceover, comma, over with, in the office using the same mic. So, it's just frustrating because it was all done. Technically, I could use that.
End of line.
HK, thank you for the 100 bits. Technically, that recorded all the audio, and I might use that audio for, like, the big important part of the video, which sucks, where I walk through how these work, because I don't think I should try and record that. If I try and record that, it's not going to be as good. I've done this before. I know how this goes. The second time is not as good as the first time. So I'm gonna have to use that bad audio for part of it, but then we have to record the other thing. Here's where this is an extra annoying. That is audible to this microphone. So when I record the voiceover, I'm going to have to walk into a different room. No problem, Digitalized Sage. We didn't talk about these anyway yesterday. I wasn't going to even show these on stream. I was just going to release a video about it. But now I've literally run out of time. So Yep. All right. Let's go over what we're doing today. Ugh. This is 3D printer filament. This one is light blue. This one is dark blue. Together, they make not quite the correct colors for a Data General Dasher keyboard, but close enough that we're going to give it a shot. Why is the printer not in a different room? Because that's where it is. Okay. So we're going to try and print the keys for the Data General D1 keyboard using these materials and see how that goes. Now, I'm going to print, because it's really annoying, each key has to be printed in a different color. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to print both keys in both colors. We'll just build the plate once and then just, you know, whatever. If we're not quite the correct colors, yeah. It's not in another room because all my cameras are in this room and all of my work happens in this room. Basically, all of the other rooms in the office are storage. That's why. If I'm filming or doing stuff, I want to be able to see it. So, if colors don't match, you have to reprint every key. I don't think so. But yeah, so that's what we're doing today. So, first things first, we have to get the 3D printer functional again. I really am frustrated I have not finished this. Like, this was supposed to be done.
100, all the other rooms are storage. Yeah, my house is like that. End of line.
Here's the real answer is it is too big of a pain in the butt to move the cameras and lights around. That's the reality. Like the actual filming lights that I use, the umbrellas for the soft boxes are like the same width as a door. Move the camera. Like again, did the mic die? It's back as far as I can tell. I can see the audio there. Yeah, mic cutting out. Delightful. All right. I'm gonna try and clean the battery contacts, the USB port contacts on this. This is really frustrating. All right, there it is. Yeah, it seems to be more stable. Wait. No, it's not. Dude! I wish I could turn it off so that I know that there's not power. So I could use something more aggressive. Going to NASCAR for the crashes. I don't think people are here to watch the mic not work. This is just annoying. We're not here to talk about the calculators right now. I didn't even want to do a stream with the calculators, so we're not going over that right now. Trying to make the mic pack work. I think it's this. You missed the start of stream, Hiram. I'm just going to say that. But what you're seeing me do right now is actually why they're still out. I think that actually might have done it. Okay. I'm going to pinch the USB port down slightly on this cable so it grips a little more firmly. That seems more stable. All right. Well, it's really loose, though. That's the thing. All right. Yeah. So this is a kind of garbage USB-C cable that came with something. It's literally just the power pins made for, like, I don't know, charging a flashlight or something. And I cut the C port off so that I could wire it to the AA replacement pack for the battery, for the mic pack. So the USB port on it was slightly loose. But also, the contacts were actually pretty dirty on that battery bank. You can see the stuff I got off of that. That wasn't nothing. In multiple spots. That actually did something. Well, what I really need is the NES cleaning kit equivalent of USB ports. Anyway, all right. Let's try and refurbish a 3D printer. Get that going. And while you're looking at that, I'm going to do this. Okay. All right, so what happened to the printer is I repurposed the Raspberry Pi in it because I desperately needed a Pi 3 for something. And that project has been completed now, but it meant that I dismantled this. So now I need to get the printer up and running again. And I got to find where the things were that made this work. So one of these, I think this is the Pi 3 model. Wait, do I not even need the 3 1.2, 3 1.2. Okay, this one will work. We'll just use this. Okay. We have the MIPI display out or whatever there. And then there's another one for, I wish I took pictures of this. I don't remember how this goes together. I need a display over here for me to see chat. One moment. So you're sure that's a real 3D printer? Is any Goodwill stickers on it? Yeah. 3D printers don't need housing in Arizona, but you print PETG with the windows open during the night. I mean, you don't. It depends on what filaments you're using. I don't use an enclosure because I only print PLA. If I were printing ABS, I would have an enclosure with a filter. All right, hold on. I'm just bringing up chat on this. WC Dozer, hello. I don't own an oscilloscope made after like 1990. So I'm not really the one to ask that, unfortunately. So I'm not gonna be that helpful. Every piece of hardware I own is ancient intentionally because all of the hardware that I work on is ancient. So it just kind of makes sense, you know, keep it all in the same era. So I'm not really the person to ask that. All right, there we go. Chat. Boom. Okay. Let's put the paper towels back in here. One of these days, I'm going to actually lift it up and put the rest of the paper towels in there. Okay. Coffee. Now, I should have... I was going to move the camera over, but I think this angle works well enough for now. I need a couple of screws to hold this together. I don't think this is one of them, but it is here. Where did the screws for this go? This was very spur of the moment when I dismantled this. So it wasn't well planned. Yeah, that one doesn't fit. Cool. Well, let's find out if those are standard PC case screws that go in there. Let's see, it's whatever this is, right? Not even close. Okay, maybe the floppy drive screw type, whatever that is. It seems close, but I think the threads are locking up. So this is the official Raspberry Pi touchscreen LCD from a million years ago. I use that with the 3D printer controlled Pi because it makes it way easier to keep track of it. But it either didn't come with or I instantly lost all of the fasteners. So I don't really have a great way of attaching it. I'm going to guess this is metric. Maybe I have like an M3 bolt kit. I wonder if it's just that. That would be convenient. Let's see, those are fuses. That fell down. That's noisy. Right down here. Let's see. So this is why we haven't actually done 3D printing with this stuff in a little bit, because, yeah, it's got messed up. Now I gotta figure it out. Okay, I got no idea where the bolt kit went. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, it's just completely missing. Awesome. Okay. Floor filing system. No, this is a little different. This is I'm going to call it the Amazon hardware problem, where everything you get comes in a little stupid storage case like this, which makes micro storage easy, but macro storage is impossible. Like, okay, so I have this for like jumper wires and stuff, but then I have this for, shrink tubing, and then I have this for different jumper wires, and then I have this for oscilloscope probes. It's just every single thing comes in a case like that, which is just, yeah. So you need a case, and then you got to label the cases, and it just... Ugh. So I have a screw kit that's in a case, but I don't know where I put the case. I started trying to put some screw stuff in other storage things. I don't know where it ended up. Instead of a wiki QR code. That only works if you also have the storage solutions for the larger things, though. That's the problem. This is irritating. Why can't I find the screws for this? Stupid metric nonsense. Only one country should have been allowed to develop bolts. I don't care if it was the US or whatever metric country, but they just needed one standard. If I thought there was even the slightest bit of chance I could just solder the Raspberry Pi to this thing, at this point I would do it. Close enough. I'm just going to cross-thread floppy drive screws into it. I don't care. It'll hold. Phone cap. Recognize a face while taking a picture of a cat? That sounds like AI. Well, it could be worse, like all the deck screws you buy at Home Depot that come with a Torx bit for some inexplicable reason. Okay, now I gotta look up Raspberry Pi power pin out. RPi GPIO pin out. Because I connect the LCD to the power pins on this. 3 volt? No, I need 5 volt and ground. Five volt and ground. Okay. Hopefully that's correct. It looks like maybe it is. Okay. I put the memory card in there. All right, now where do these go? RPi LCD header. Which is which? Because one is for the camera and the other one is for the LCD. Connector. RPi 3. Okay, come on. Just give me a description. DSI. Okay, so it's this one. Okay. This one plugs in here. Okay, and then the camera which... Wait, why do I have two of these? I don't remember having two of the cameras. Okay, that's the camera I just plugged in, actually. So this is the LCD. And this is the camera. Oh, there, the header is labeled camera and display. Dude, today has been awful. I started recording or working on something. I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, rerouting HDMI cables for the video capture stuff. And because I needed a splitter to be free. So I was working on that. I finished that up. I went to go start filming before stream, and then I couldn't find my mic pack. And I was like, what's going on? Took me 15 minutes to figure out that I had the mic pack on the table here, and I'd put my HDMI cable bin, and then I was trying to search for a splitter, couldn't find it, scooped up everything, including the mic pack, and dropped it into the cable bin. So it's been one of those days. So the mic failing in the middle of recording, yeah, I'm not surprised. All right, I'm going to try powering the Pi. Let's see if it explodes. If it doesn't, that would be cool. Kind of preferable even. That's concerning. Why am I... Oh, that time it worked. Okay, if at first you don't succeed, you know, try the same thing again. It'll probably work the second time. Lesson learned, never tidy. Yeah, really. All right, so that's booting. As long as this shows 3D printer stuff after this, we're good. So I don't remember exactly which memory card this is. I don't think there's any others with memory. Oh, nope, that one's got one. Okay, so in theory, it could be this one. So if that's not Raspberry Pi stuff, then it might be this one. This one is a 2. I think this is the one I wanted it to be. I'm pretty sure this is going to be it. Let's see. Yep, Octoprint. Okay, we're good. All right, so that's that. Hold on, let's just try Octoprint. Does the webcam work? Why aren't you loading CSS? Hold on, I'm going to give you guys a zoomed in view. Whoop. Yay, zoomed in view. All right, well, that looks weird. Reload. Oop. Why does it look so awful? Okay, let's just log in, whatever. What kind of Pi is this? This is a 3. Doesn't the 3 have Wi-Fi? No wireless interfaces found. Huh. Wonder if I'm not supposed to be using this one. This might be the borked one. That might be why I'm not using it. So maybe I do need this pie. I don't know why this isn't loading CSS though. Pretty consistently not loading too. That's cool. All right, I'm going to shut it down, try swapping pies, see what happens. Which means I need a screwdriver again. I don't have that many pies. I have 1 4 that's being used to run the internet in the office, and then 2 3s, and then that's a 2. I think that's the only 2 I have. This 3 or this one, I don't remember which, one of them came from Goodwill. That's why I have this weirdo plastic case. This came in some like children's learn computers kit or whatever. I had a Raspberry Pi. Please. Oh my gosh, stupid. Spinning the standoff, not removing the screw. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this Raspberry Pi is bad, to be clear. I think it does. This one doesn't have Wi-Fi because it's broken. Oh wait, it's still on. I should maybe turn it off. Yeah, I bought it because it came with like a little weirdo tiny USB keyboard that had trackpad built in. It seemed kind of cool. Okay, take 2. Although let me tighten this down. That's not gonna work. Okay, that is camera. The headers are white on this one. Production variants, yeah. And to order 0W, so do something very stupid with VT20. I can't remember if I have a 2 or a 0W in the DT1. I think I have a 0W. I mean, like text base. It doesn't need a lot. Okay. Let's get this attached. So 1B plus, been collecting dust. I mean, that's gonna be a collector's item pretty soon here. If not already. Oh, no, it's right because it's spinning the standoff. There we go. Plug this, nope, this in, and this in, and power, and hope for the best. Boom, didn't explode. That's my favorite kind of thing. All right, let's see what this does. That seemed like that booted up way faster. Yeah, I think this Pi is screwed. And then this one blacks out. Okay. That Wi-Fi is working? Yeah, I think this Raspberry Pi is hosed. Still no CSS, though. Why? Log in. Maybe I should try this one. No. What on earth? Octoprint, what's your problem? I mean, at least it's connected, so now I can figure out, like... Maybe I'm going to try and connect to it from another computer. See. Give me a moment, I haven't forgotten about you. Maybe. I'm not going to hit the webcam button yet. Alright. 192... Okay, so maybe this? If it keeps the same IP? Probably not. No, okay. 192, 168, blah, 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 1, okay. Ugh. Okay. And Octopi 165. That totally makes sense. Yeah, sure, okay. Dot 65. I'm aware of the security risks and I prefer them. Okay. Hey, look, it's actually working now. Yay. Boom. Oh, okay. Apparently it's not that, is it?
Subscribe
This.
for 15 months. End of line.
The Consolist, thank you for the Prime sub and for 15 months. I appreciate that. Okay, that's looking like working, kind of. Hold on, let me webcam setup. Webcam. Ignore, I don't want updates. Just leave me alone. Oh, it's working. Sweet. Okay. So now I'm just going to find a really secure place to mount this that is definitely where it should go. Let's see. want to put it right there, but I so can't. So I have the Raspberry Pi on like a really long, very stiff twist tie, and it could totally go right there. Directly attached to the bed. Also, I like how this webcam is directly facing a different webcam in the back. Maybe I should just plug that webcam in. That would probably make more sense. 12 out of 12 picture stabilization? Yes. This, who needs image stabilization when you can have image wobbleization? I'm also thinking about mounting it here. I'm really, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm mounting it there. I don't care.
Laura Coon says CHEER 100 cents. Here. Who are you and what have you done with the real Shelby? End of line.
Oh no, the
Irate
insulation fell off.
Have joined. End of line.
What? Black Simon and Raiders, hello and welcome. We are definitely not doing weird things with the printer. Now, excuse me while I twist tie my webcam to my print head for watching the prints happen. Hello. What we're actually doing, aside from 3D printer crimes, is I have restored a second Dasher terminal like this one over here that's slightly on camera. And the second one has a keyboard that is missing some keys. I have slightly color matched filament, as close as I could reasonably get. And I have 3D modeled replacement keys, and we're about to try printing these. But I was having some minor issues with my 3D printer that I had to sort out before I could do that today. And I'm just finishing it up by getting my watching thing. I am in the middle of explaining what's happening. But yeah, I am getting everything set up so that we can start the prints today. Black Simon, I hope your stream went well today. Best raid welcome ever, yeah. Alright, getting...
David Phantom says it's the beginning for me, CHEER 100. End of line.
Alright, well that's pretty close there. Okay, I'm trying to get this one in here. There are these threaded holes on the mount for the hot end. Oh, you know what would make way more sense to use that one instead. Oh well. I can feed this back through. I'll use that one. There we go. Oh, that one's way easier to get to. Okay. All right, I'm being slightly smart. I'm cable managing the ribbon cable for the camera so that it doesn't get snagged on everything that's ever existed. There we go. It's perfect. Now let's see what it actually looks like. Oh, you know, I don't hate that. Actually, that's kind of awesome. With the weight of the camera, oh man, that thing is weightless. It's practically negative weight, and it's going to start floating up. Nah, we don't have to worry about nothing with that thing. Twist tie itself probably weighs more. Yeah, I actually really like that. Okay, that'll work. Saw an ad for Sever showing the Dasher's not here on Twitch. That would be hilarious. But David, thank you for the 200 bits. Okay. I think maybe are we ready to try doing something? Okay. Putting a webcam on there. Well, this is the Raspberry Pi camera, so it's like nothing. Oh, on YouTube. Oh, well, similar. Okay. I think we're ready. All right. So here's my filament. Let me grab the keyboard. We'll take a look at the color of the filament versus the keys, and we'll see how close it is. The answer is not very. So these bags are actually resealable, which is kind of nice. So that was, I'm glad I tore that, and then it totally worked. Let me try that again here. Oh, oh, that one worked. Or did it? Dude, I see this so often with shredded cheese. Are you kidding me? Are they this bad?
David Fenton says CHER 100. You've enjoyed all the power you've been given, haven't you? I wonder how you'd take to working in a pocket calculator. End of line.
I can't remember what that's from. I'm just going to guess Red Dwarf, though. The tear point is in the middle of the seal strip. So you can tear along this line, but that doesn't actually get you into it because it's still sealed below it. This one is not like that. The seal strip is above it. So they missed the seal point on this one.
Coon says CHER 100. That was a Tron quote from the Master Control program. End of line.
Ah, it's been a long time since I've seen. I was going to call it Wendy Carlos Tron because the other one is Daft Punk Tron.
It's what the Master Control program says. Dot followed by end of line.
But it's been a while since I've seen original Tron. All right. Nope, that's not low enough. There we go. Ah. All right. What's it smell like? Oh, I don't recommend that. That was yeah, don't do that. That was a bad idea. Okay. Let's cut this one and not inhale all of the plastic. Don't breathe this. Yeah. I shouldn't have done that. There we go. Okay, this one, just let that all poof out that way. Okay, so here's my colors. They're even remotely close. This is the one I said would be a great match for this, and it's kind of. This one is supposed to be for those keys. It's so bad. If I take this over to the other keyboard, which I don't think is as yellowed, let's see how bad it is. I think you'll see why I kind of went with these colors anyway. So this is my original keyboard that is in way better shape. They're still not really right. That one's way less yellowed. However, that's pretty close, and that's pretty close. Because I figure I'm probably not going to get this to work out no matter what with 3D printer filaments. So I kind of just went generally Data General, or basically Data General blue and cyan. So now we'll be able to print other things that just look kind of Data Generally. We are printing an entire key, 2 keys. one blank that goes up here and the 0 key. I still don't have springs. So we don't have that solved, but we're going to do that. So, yeah. It's not a color. It's a yellowed dark blue cyan. It's way too complicated of a color. So yeah, we're going to print... I'm going to print both keys in both colors just because might as well. We'll start with dark blue. We'll start with bright blue first because that's going to be easier to see. So let me reseal this one. You had a teal color? Yeah, I ended up just ordering not the right colors from the same manufacturer, so I didn't have to pay extra shipping. Because realistically, it was never going to be close enough. Alright, this is PLA Plus. I don't know what that means. Hopefully it means it's like PLA, but, you know, like one more. So we're going to put this on the printer and hope for the best. Normally, I would use the Pi here to set the temperature, but the stupid thing doesn't want to actually load the web page for some reason. Oh, now it did. Weird. Okay. Let me plug in the printer. It loaded all the stuff this time. Why you gotta be so confusing? All right. So that's that. Power. Okay. Goes faster. Yeah, that's it. I really regret smelling that PLA. That was a bad idea. Snack packing more entertaining? Oh, I'm glad. It's literally PLA, but a bit better. Perfect. So add some titanium dioxide to lighten it. I'm sure you have some lying around. Yeah. All right. Connecting to printer. Does this not have a BL Touch? I thought it did. Oh, okay then. Never mind. Why you no connect? Failed to auto detect serial port. Please set it manually. Okay, serial port. Is it because the Pi or the port printer wasn't on when the Pi was? I'm just gonna reboot the Pi. It'll probably show up then. Excuse me. Reboot system. It's about to shut down. No, I want to reboot. You know, I'm going to do it from the computer where I can actually control it. Apparently, I have lost internet for the office. Well, I'm going to restart that Raspberry Pi. Subscription PLA, yeah. Yeah, the cheapest version, the print will have ads in it. All right, so our goal here is to just put it on the printer. I don't want the file browser. Why am I using the oxygen theme on here? Let me get this green out of here. Maybe I should start actually, keeping my filament, like, dry protected. I don't know, just maybe. Now let me put this somewhere nice and safe. Where'd the thing go? Here we go. You know, I'm gonna cut this down. There we go. This is just an ESD bag that I'm using to add to reduce the friction of this spool holder up here. Okay, is that just Scotch tape? That's hilarious. Okay. Octoprint. Oh, it's loading all the CSS this time. That's nice. Okay, there we go. Automatically connected to the printer. Okay, I'm going to set the temp. I was already on the temp page. Tool. No, I don't want to update. No, not like one increments. Okay, PLA. All right, that's going. So you're kind of living a dry bag? Yeah, but not dry enough. They're foam and foil keys on the dasher. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of ways that you can store 3D printer filament. I just have done none of them. Whoa, filament cannot be all brittle and like rigid? That's crazy. You know, I was just going to jam this through, but I'm now thinking jamming the tape residue tip in there through the Bowden tube, probably not a great idea. Okay. Wow, that's like way more flexible. Huh, okay. All right, time for some extruder in. I need to get new foils. No, we already did the foam and foil replacement. Also, I got, I don't know if they're here or not. I bought more pads already. They're somewhere. So I have another set of pads to replace the ones I already used. When I did the pad replacement on the second keyboard, I just immediately ordered another set of pads so I would have them. Okay. Extrude. 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 Okay. My goal here is to just feed the blue directly in. We'll see if that actually works or not. This isn't an ANET A8, so it shouldn't be awful. Oh, it doesn't want to go down correctly. Let me get some tweezers. Push, ooh, pokerator. No, get back here, pokerator. Yeah. It's in the tube. Gah. Kind of. Not really. Okay, do I need to, like, snip this at an angle or something? What's the deal here? Okay, it's not moving. See if I can find a really tiny Allen wrench and cram it through there, see if that'll push the other filament through. Ooh, even better, a paper clip I've bent straight for CD drive ejecting. Oh yeah, something's being weird. Why are you being weird? How much do Bowden tubes jam? How's it going? Kind of poorly. This is the worst filament change I've ever had on this printer. It's like there's a lip inside of the Bowden tube that anything I put in there is getting caught on. And I don't know what it is. Am I still at temp? Power supply fan's going, so I assume. Yes. Okay. But, like, why is it not feeding? I'm going to try the extruder in case it manages to force it through. No, I think it's just grinding it. Yeah, it's just grinding it. Dude! What gives? Wait, it's way easier to just remove the Bowden tube than I thought. Well, that doesn't help that it snapped in there. Well, if I just remove that and then jam this through this way. Hold on a moment. Okay, well, that works. And push it through there. And I just cram that in. Well, that was a lot easier. Okay, lesson learned. The Bowden tube is super easy to disconnect. Okay. And also, I could probably pull the filament out. Actually, yeah. Oh, that's sweet. It may be a bad idea, but I kind of want to. Huh. The original plan was never to resin print. The original plan was always this. The secondary plan is I might resin print tomorrow. We might even do it on stream, because I might stream from home, because tomorrow we're apparently going to get flooded. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to have it extrude like 50 millimeters. Let me go do that on the computer. All right, now we'll do this. Here, there are no tornadoes in Arizona. Okay. Oh man, there are calculators all over the floor right now. Sounds no fun. Sounds like Shelby's going to be bailing Arizona house. Oh, okay, not that bad. I was being sarcastic. More like it's actually going to rain here, which is just rare. So. And on the filament diameter, it wasn't that. I think I need to remove. So if you guys have ever worked with 1/4-inch water lines, there you have a fitting that you put the water line into, but there's a collar on there, and you can push the collar in, and that releases the friction on the tube. And there's exactly that on there for the Bowden tube. So I pushed the collar and pulled the tube out. What I think was happening is that the filament was hitting the front of the tube and not going in. So I pulled the tube out, put the filament through the tube while it was in the open air, and then that worked. So, all right, we're going to extrude 50 millimeters. Go. All right, while that's going, we're gonna Prusa the slicer somewhere. Which one is my real files? Is it these? Dasher, small, and num0. Okay, so for those of you who weren't here yesterday, we modeled 2 keys. So this is the numpad key here. This is the stem mount that the Dasher keyboard uses. This will be the numpad 0, as you can see. I'm going to fill that in with white model paint today, just to have something. And then I have a similar unlabeled small key, not because I'm going to paint the legends on afterwards. It just literally is an unlabeled key that I need to replace. So we're going to print these 2 keys today. So let me get Prusa Slicer up. It's called a 3D printer because the people who originally made them forgot plotters existed. Okay. So these 2, bam. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I need to rotate these. How do I just do this 90? There are no shortcuts for locking. How do I reset? This is
RHK77
y-axis.
SIs. I love your
90.
sense of humor, Shelby. CHER 100. End of line.
I don't know what I did that was funny this time, but thank you for the 100 bits. All right. 90. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to print these like this, and we're going to raft support these. So let's figure out how to do that. Or maybe I just let it generate normal supports. Let's see what that looks like. So slice, boom. Okay. And wait, does it think it can just print that? Warning, stability issues. Okay, yeah. Total 16 minutes. Dude, that's nothing. Okay, so yeah, we definitely need, I'm gonna have it do real supports. How do I do this? Supports. Support on build plate only. I think that won't support no, we need support enforcers only. Oh gosh, that's gonna make the inside a nightmare. I guess we do actually have to support that inner lip. Okay, maybe we don't do it quite that way. Let's make it a little more artisanal with the angle here. Because I would rather not have to have supports on the entire inside. So now if we do this, no, I don't want that. Okay, maybe a little more here. Okay, can you stop putting them in there where I probably don't need them? Okay, I'm gonna have to edit the support angle. Hold on. Edit preset. Supports, machine limits, extruder, supports, no, physical printer, no, that's not it. Print settings, okay. Support material, okay. What's the overhang threshold? So, default, okay. Support material not be generated for overhangs whose slope angle 90-degree vertical is above the threshold. In other words, this value represents the most horizontal slope measured from horizontal plane. Set it to 0 for automatic detection. Yeah, but your automatic detection sucks. Okay, so let's go with 65. Let's see what that looks like. So save. Yeah, whatever. Okay, platter, slice. Okay, it still did it, so that didn't work. Print settings. What happens if I just do 90? Let's just try that just to, for giggles. Make sure we understand the settings. Holy moly, it doesn't trust anything. Okay, let's try the opposite. 12. Slice. Okay, we're getting, so that direction. Okay, so 35. All right, slice. We're getting closer. Okay, so now I'm going to take this. I'm going to rotate it back a little more. Slice. Nope. Oh, these are parallel, aren't they? Ooh, well... Do I think my printer could do that? If I don't put a support everywhere, then it won't print the supports for this middle part. I mean, that's going to be basically the same. Why not upside down? Because I want the part that you actually touch not to have had a bunch of supports on it. Additionally, I would ideally like to print it this way because that gets me grain strength on the stem. That's why. Maybe I just do it and hope for the best. Oh my gosh, it literally more than doubles the print time. Wait, where's the other one? I think I try that. So I cut out 15 minutes. I don't want upside down. I grain strength. I can't overstate that. We need the grain strength on this. You know that match frequencies minigame at the start of Myst 3? Absolutely not. Myst sucks. I've never played Myst. I mean, I've attempted to play Myst, but Myst is god-awful. Try organic supports. I mean, that would probably be better. What was it? Print settings. Support material. Generate support. Style. Organic. Okay. So we got a little raft. And then, oh my gosh, it's trying to support the bubbles. You know what, whatever. It's fine. Okay, that'll probably work. All right, I think we try that. You don't think it will? What do you think's wrong? What do you think is going to happen? You talking about this? That'll be fine. I'm not even slightly worried about that. If you're talking about inside of here, I'm also not super worried about that because it usually takes a little bit for it to sag coming out of this, and it's going to be coming out of this directly attached here. I think it'll work. But yeah, if you're talking about this, nah, that'll be fine. I'm not worried about that at all. Oh, bottom underside. Yeah, that might be a problem. I don't know how to handle that one. I could try rotating this one just slightly back. Like that. So that puts a much wider contact patch there. I mean, maybe having all the supports inside is fine. Yeah, so that's a better contact patch there. I want to check one thing. The slope goes towards the front. With that information, I'm flipping these keys around entirely. Oh, that's not quite right. Okay, so 90? No. Okay, hold on. So about here. Yeah. Whoa. There we go, like that. Slice. Wait, how did it know to continue? Wait a minute, hold on, let's go back. Support. How do I Oh no. How do I clear all of it? Remove all. Yeah, that's it. There we go. Better. Okay. Big, wide contact pad. The reason I was swapping it around is because this top side's going to look really good, and I want that facing forward towards the user. So this bottom side's going to look like garbage when I peel off this brim and try to shave that down. It's going to have like a weird flat spot, whereas this is going to have the really nice rounded corners here, whereas on the bottom it's going to look like garbage. So I want this to be the front-facing side. All right, there's only one other thing I want to do. I want to take this, I want to put it here, and I want to take this, I want to put it there, there, and I'm going to rotate this on this axis that way. There we go. Reslice, and that way any stringing that happens between these goes on the bottom. All right. I need to set printer. There's the thing. Where is Marlin? Print settings. Printer. Where's the Extruder one? Dependencies. Where's the Octoprint settings? Because the IP changed. Printer settings. Advanced. No. Output options. No. Test print cam. I mean, once I get the IP here, but that's the print cam right there. You can just see it. Where do I set physical printer settings? By adding select physical printer in the printer combo box. Oh, okay. There's a settings page buried in the settings page. Got it. It was 6.5, right? Yeah, it's 6.5. Printers, save. Yes. Physical printer. There we go. Alrighty. I gotta log in to the printer so we can send the file. Oh, the hot end's still hot. Oops. Well, that's some nice cooked filament. Okay. I'm going to extrude more. Hey, look, you can see it extrude. Yay, it's extruding. I should probably go take care of that. I want it to extrude the rest of this. Go extrude. Extrude. Select tool, hot end. 50 millimeters. Go. Trying to get it to pull through or go through all of the green. Yeah, there we go. Now we can actually see where it's oozing out. Okay, extrude another 50 millimeters. So a bit worried, bottom underside near the top of the keycap doesn't have overlap between layers. Certainly looking better for, it'll be fine. All my cameras only output 1080p over HDMI, Helen Croft, so it doesn't really matter for me. I wish they did 4K. You have to buy one of the much fancier cameras to get 4K out of these. Or out of Blackmagic's. Dude, I need to do 150 here? Man. Also 5G stream? Yeah, problems. Actually, though, let me grab my phone. Yoink. I think we're at the point where the stability is the problem, not the data cap. We have 13 days left, and we've used 27 gigs. So I could actually bump up the bitrate more. How many 3D printers do I have? One functional one. Actually, my A8 probably still works. I just don't want to use it. Okay, that's close enough. I'm going to go wipe all that out. Ah, there's actually blue coming out now. Perfect. Look at that. Blue. Yay. Actually, that looks like the correct color right there, irritatingly, because it mixed the blue with the yellow or the green. So that actually looks right. That's annoying, but I can't do that because I don't have a multi-material fusion whatever nonsense printer. I just got one of them ones where you put plastic in and hot plastic comes out. Okay. Back to platter. Okay. So we got, you know what, go. Print. Do the thing. Hold on. Dasher. Keys. 01. Upload and print. What do you mean error forbidden? What? On printers. This thing. Okay. No one steal my printer API. That might be the problem. Maybe it changed because the IP address changed. Print a blue line and then a green line next to it. Make blue-green filament, yeah. Let's see. The API key did change. Weird. Why? Or did it change? Okay, let's just try that. Physical printer. No, wait. Platter. Go. Oh my gosh. Dasher. Keys 01. That time it worked. Physical printer. Go printer rate. There we go. Ignore. No one ever wants to update. Why would I update if it's working? Okay. Alrighty. I think that'll do. So we got temp there, and we got camera there, and we got me walking out of the room. No. All right, well, we're going to wait until it starts, and then we will, I'll do what I need to do with the calculators. You know, real quick while it's heating up, let me just wipe off the bed. There we go. Ugh. All right, come on. Heat up. Get ready. I have to be ready because the end stop for the home may not work. Let me just press it a bunch of times here. Okay. Maybe that'll fix it. We'll see. Okay, it should rehome in a second. Throws up his hands in despair. What do you mean? Do you use PLA glue stick? No, I just wiped it down with isopropanol. It'll be fine. Why is it jamming? What's jamming? What on earth? The bed is going the wrong direction to home. What? Cancel. What? Bad printer. What are you doing? Yes, cancel the print. Stop trying to move stuff. Hold on. Home. Bad! Stupid printer. Oh my gosh. You know what? I kind of don't like 3D printing. Not exactly sure what this is supposed to be hitting. Like, I have literally no concept of how the rear end stop actually functions. I don't see what is supposed to be making contact. Where's my flashlight? It's in my pocket. What on earth? Okay, this is hitting... Oh, that's hitting my webcam mount, which we're not using. And then the wheel itself hits. Okay, that was 100% my bad. I probably just like bent the bed or something, but you know, whatever. Okay. Just type ID clip, yeah. All right, connect. Home. But why was it going this way with the print? Okay. I'm gonna load Dasher, keyboard, G-code, doohickey, and I'm gonna restart it. All right, well, we'll see if the printer explodes this time. Ugh. Ugh. That's the wrong direction. Look at it. Oh, it went out and then back in. What on earth? But then it's not homing. It's trying to print in the middle of the air. What? Stop it. Bad printer. What? Is Prusa Slicer not adding a home command? Home X. And then where's home Z? Marlin, G code, home Z. Okay, G28, home, one or more, axis, default behavior, no parameters, this is home all axes. Okay, so if I don't have the X0, that's for end. Where's start? Emit. But this is the start G code. Is it like not enabled or something? What does the red thing mean? Okay, you're not seeing what I'm seeing. This is the Prusa Slicer start G code. It's set to G28 already, which should be home all axes. Like, I can go to the printer, okay? I can go into the terminal. I can be very, extremely annoyed at the software controlling my scroll. I can just type G28, send, and it's going to home all 3 axes. And now down. But it didn't do that with this. This never ran. I'm going to try it again here because there's like nothing else I can do. Dasher, keys, O2. At 3 a.m. it's going to be off. Wall power cut. The reason I'm numbering it is so I don't have to do final for real, copy 1. I think it's more like a, yeah. More like a wood printer. Yep, it's just printing. Just straight up printing. Except it's not extruding? Because it didn't get up to temperature? Yeah, it's not even close to up to temperature. Look at this. It did not wait. Prusa Slicer, what are you doing? These are correct. This is correct. That's correct. Well, I mean, I want to move the order. What if I download this? What is this? Maybe the printer is not obeying the codes. Why is the printer not obeying the codes? The slicer isn't the problem. The printer is not obeying. Or this is skipping G-code data. This is callback error. Clear this. Print. M110, M104, G28. Wait. G90, M82, M109. So is it? Is it just me, or is the printer telling it to stop sending it data and Octoprint's just like keep getting data? Yeah, it's not. I'm just gonna shut it all down completely, full power off, and then repower everything. Because just what? Maybe some kind of errant G code for ignore previous instructions and catch fire was sent. I mean, it's literally a USB serial adapter. There's no DTR, CTR, whatever that I can do. Just waiting for everything to power up now. It's not the updates. The system was working previously. If at first it doesn't work, apply more updates is not the correct answer. Ask anyone who's ever updated Windows. Hold on, I'm being bad. One moment. Okay, that'll work. I like it. Okay. Wonder if there's an option to flip the webcam upside down. Okay. That is full system restart. I'm going to see if I can flip the webcam. Flip webcam vertically. Save. Maybe don't flip it horizontally. Control. Beautiful. Okay. Load this. Print. There we go. That's a more fun angle. I don't know that it's actually able to focus on that, but it's way more fun.
Snowboard Monkey subscribed with Prime. They've subscribed for 8 months. End of line.
Snowboard Monkey, thank you for the Prime sub and for 8 months there. I appreciate that. Oh, okay. I like how half of it's just taken up by fan. I guess I should point it back down. As long as we could see the nozzle, it's good. Ow, it's hot. Why is it so hot? There we go. Oh, are you kidding me? And it's just trying to print in the middle again. Yeah, that part is slightly confusing. It does seem like the hot end is not changing temperature at all. But it works, because I can set it here. What's the exact line it's setting for the hot end temp? Also, just real quick, let's move this up so it doesn't melt a hole in my bed. We're setting M109S20. So if we do this, send, Yeah, that works. Can I send multiple things all at once? I think I just set the printer to the bed temp, if anything. Yeah. Okay, let's just do them one at a time. Wait, why is that still rising? Oh, because it was a 109. It rose up to that temp and then waited. That's it. That's what happened. I don't know. It should be going down now unless it actually registered another one. I don't know, man. Is that I hope that's not the PID loop wobble. It might be. I really don't understand what's going on. What is that? It's M108, or I guess 104. Yeah. Um, no, so Season B, you can set your hot end, your bed temp, you should set and wait for first. If you're going to mesh level. If you're going to mesh level, your bed will flex slightly. So you need to make sure you wait for that. And then additionally, it's just like not the worst idea just to wait for that one so that it stays stable as you do everything else. You then set your temperature for your probe to start climbing, because that's not going to physically change anything. Then you can home and do all your other setup, but then you need to wait for the temperature. So that's what this is for. This should be a blocking command that should not continue on after until it has been achieved. But for some reason, this is not obeying that. This is frustrating because I've changed basically nothing since we last printed the SSD holders on this printer. The filament's not going to change the way the G code responds. I've only ever had one SD card that's had Octopi on it. This is different here. What do you mean there's a new version of the server active now? I don't understand why this is here. That should not be there. And we're missing some versions of the SSD holder. Was I sneaker netting? There's no SD card in the printer. Oh, here's the Pi I wanted to use for this. It's missing a weird support thing between two USB ports. I might change that out later. I know Wi-Fi works on it. I'm trying to remember where I might have an SD, micro SD adapter, but I actually, maybe in one of these things. Or I just use this. That's not plugged in. Was I sneaker netting these files? I think this would be the SD card. Why is the SD card not showing up? There we go. Well, that looks very Raspberry Pi-like, so that's not helpful. Why does this SD card have Octoprint on it? This is correct. Dude, what? How? Okay, we're apparently going to swap over to this SD card to see if this one works. Because it has Octoprint on it for some reason. This does explain something that I didn't mention that I was wondering why worked. This camera should not have worked, but it did. That was weirding me out. But I was just thinking, you know, maybe I got lucky. I think I'm going to put this card in and the camera's not going to work. But that'll probably be good? I said at the start of the stream we were going to have printer resurrection happening, so I don't feel in the slightest bit bad. All right. Is there a reason I updated Octoprint? Did I have to make it work with this thing or something? That would explain the different API key as well, dude. I hate everything. Watch has the correct IP address too after this. Well, I mean it won't because it's a different Pi. But where's my GUI? Oh. That came out of this. That's the Pi 2. I know what was going on. This may not... No, this probably will work. Yeah, this will work. I was trying to set up a dedicated Pi for this thing. That's what it was. Well, I don't need the display, but I suspect this will work. Okay, let's try this now. Camera's not going to work, like I said, though. Seriously. Oh my gosh, again, don't want an update. Profile, Tron XY, control, webcam. Oh, it did load the webcam. That's weird. Okay. Why doesn't it see the print head this time? Guess it's set for 720p or something? I don't know. Is this one? Yeah, it's that one. Man, whatever. Ugh. Okay, API, reveal API key. Oh, what do you know? It looks an awful lot like that other one. Huh, who would have guessed? Why was that necessary? I can't flip the webcam on this one. That's not an option for some reason. There's FFmpeg options, but uh uh oh, here we go. Okay. Vertically, boom. Save. There we go. That's webcam like. Okay. I think we're good. Connect. All right, let's go for broke. Well, actually, I'm going to raise it up, go snip off that garbage. All right, let's try this one more time. Take 300 million. Even though 01 and 02 don't exist on this printer. All right, here we go. I'm still going to do calculator stuff because this is still going to take time to print. Well, I found the option to flip it, but I appreciate you looking that up, Mr. VVS. It won't heat the nozzle up until the bed is heated. Well, no, it's waiting for the bed to be heated entirely. So once the bed hits temp, then it'll set the nozzle temp, then it'll home, then it'll wait for the nozzle temp. That's exactly why, Philip. That's the wrong direction. Stop moving, you stupid printer. Oh, it wasn't the wrong direction. It needs to be flipped horizontally. All right. Classic webcam. Flip horizontally. Save. Okay. Print. Okay, now it'll work. Don't mind the camera getting roughed up.
Printers, just say no.
No kidding, man.
100. End of line.
All right, now it's waiting for the hot end to get up to temp. There is no rotate option, Sanity. There's a 90-degree rotate option, but that's not useful. This is going to work now. It is. That was attempting to home. I thought it was doing the same thing it was doing before, where it was going off the wrong direction, so I didn't even question the video being flipped. I've developed a headache. So I'm just like extra right now. Ben. I didn't even look at what temp the filament says. I just, whatever, it's PLA. It's close enough. These are going to be tiny prints. You're going to use barely any of it, so if it gets wrong, I'll adjust it. Here we go. All right, that's correct. Let the printering print. Oh my gosh, we're so close to being able to actually see the hot end. There we go. That's what's up. It's not really in focus, but who cares? Oh, I'm not actually feeling up to the thing I need to record now. That's frustrating. That took so long to get started. I am way out of the groove on that. I'll reiterate for everyone just to summarize this entirely. I had a different installation of the 3D printer server management software, which is this Octoprint, on a different SD card that was properly configured for this printer. I did not realize that I wasn't using that one at first, so I had to do that. That was the crux of what was wrong. I didn't remember having done that, and like I said, I swapped a bunch of stuff around in it. No, the camera does not have a microphone. I don't know, all things considered, it actually looks pretty good. I mean, I know it's like a fuzzy blob, but I can kind of tell what's going on. That slight over extrusion there, I'm okay with that. Oh, these are my super fast settings for trying to print the SSDs quickly. This might be. It doesn't need to be this fast. Oh well. No, the camera is probably shaking a lot because it's mounted on a twist tie, so that would be part of why it's blurry. Also, it doesn't know where to focus. I don't know where it's getting this 1.5 hours print time nonsense. I think it's just gonna have to get a couple layers into it before it updates. I kind of want to hard mount that camera now in a way where we can actually do this. This is awesome. Okay, we should probably do something. I don't know. Let me look at the camera to figure out what has gone wrong. You may even this complicates things. Okay, I don't want to unplug anything. So you're not going to hear me for a second, but you are going to hear me. But what you're going to hear is footage that has already been shot. All right, you know what? I just need to record an outro and then a voiceover part, which, you know what? I'm going to do at home. Screw it. So I'm just going to record an outro. All right. No, I lost more. Like I said, I lost about 30 minutes of stuff. About 15 minutes of that was the voiceover, which was not scripted. I could script it, make it a lot quicker. Part of it is irreplaceable. Another part of it I could just omit from the video entirely, and I'm tempted. Ugh. All right. It's already smart I recorded the thumbnails earlier. Okay. I don't need a mic on a 3D printer camera. There's no way to even listen to it. All right, let's punch in some fun numbers. 8675309 1337 3.1415925. Nope, that wasn't 5. Hold on. 3.14159265358. Okay. All right. Oh, so wake up. Okay. Ah, blah, 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 blah. This has not been a high enthusiasm stream, and this is a high enthusiasm video because it is a low excitement video. Okay. Whew, ha, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Ha. Well, I think that about wraps it up here with the Sony Sobox calculator line. For me, at least kind of complete. It is so awesome now to have the 400 and the 550 here. I just love these machines. I just love these devices, and I'm so glad I was able to fix this one. That is so awesome. I could try and go for a 500 still, but I don't really feel like I need to. The 400 is really close to what the 500 would have been. The only real difference is monochromatic keys. You know what? No, I don't want to talk about the 500. All right. Well, all right. I think that about wraps it up for the Sony SoBox calculators here. Oh my gosh, I am still over the moon that I managed to get my hands on these. The 400 is just such an early, wonderful little calculator. The 500 is a minor evolution on the 5. The 550 is a minor evolution on the 500, which just makes it that much more usable. And then, of course, I still love the 1600 here. Now, I said at the start of the video that the 1600 would be the calculator that I would grab first if the, building caught on fire or something. That would be the one thing that I would grab to make sure it was saved. Well, now I don't have enough arms for, all of these, so I guess I'll just have to take this one home. And then I only have to worry about 2 of them. But I think that's going to be it for now. If you enjoyed this video, you may want to subscribe to the channel because it will definitely not be the last weird old calculator video. I still need to find one that's got a CRT and maybe one with some memory core and maybe one with some core memory in it. But that is going to be it for now. If you want to help support the channel, but that'll happen. But let me think about how I want to phrase that. But I don't know when I'll find those. If you want to help support the channel, I am on Patreon. But for now, that's it, and I will see you next time. All right, I feel like I did more, but that'll work. All right. Nope, T-shirt is stream exclusive for no particular reason. All right. No, you didn't miss any calculator action. We didn't do any on stream. Okay. You'll have to wait for the video to find out, Tyler Hoot. All right, so that's it for that. I might use some audio from this camera for another part. I don't know. I'll have to figure out if I want to do that. Okay, I'm trying to decide if I want to do the voiceover now or later. You know what? I'm going to do the voiceover later. Yeah. I'm not going to worry about it here right now. Okay. That's it for that. I'm making you guys wait for the video. I didn't want to do these on stream at all. I'm trying to get back to more normal video production where it's not all stream footage. So no, I'm not showing you guys anything about these at all on stream. You're going to have to wait for the video. Putting them down here in case I need to do anything else with them. All right, so that's that. Now I can grab all my SSDs. Oh, I'm still recording. Whatever. Okay. So here's one. Here's one. Nixies aren't even why I bought those calculators. That's just ancillary. I mean, it is for the 1600. That was the first one. But the others, no. Okay. So, box D3. There we go. Well, now what? Computer says it's going to take 19 more minutes to print those. I mean, I guess I can look at them and make sure they don't look like they're going to explode. Nope, they don't look like they're going to explode. Wow, Zero Legend's awful. Yeah, it's truly terrible. Oh well. Can you look too? No. There you go. I mean, you can't see it. That's the thing. Like, there's only so much I can do. You'll just have to wait till it's done, then we'll take a look at them. Yeah. Okay. I guess it's a camera button over there. Oh, you still got that. Okay. All right. Yeah, resin prints are probably happening. Then I'm gonna have to paint them, and then I'm gonna have to clear coat them. Ugh. If I didn't have a headache, I would try and do something productive right now, but I'm kind of enjoying just sitting. uh. Hmm. Yeah, if these suck, we're gonna do resin prints tomorrow, probably.
Coracoon says CHEER 100. Sometimes you need to stop and smell the film and wait. No, you don't.
Yeah, that might be
End of
a
line.
contributing factor in the headache. I'm not sure. But Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. I doubt I will touch the 4X this year. I'm going to say that. I don't like that diagonal wavy section on that small key there. I don't know what's up with that. Let's see if there's anything fun on a phone. I don't think so. Let's see. Random Twitch notifications, random Patreon notifications. Let's see. Random emails, random stupid sponsored requests, random Discord stuff. Yeah, it's cloudy today. It's probably going to rain tomorrow. So I might just stay home because that's where the resin printer is. But that would, yeah, it might make sense to just do that. Although now it looks like the rain's been moved to Monday. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know why Google got to be all fancy, call it precipitation. And then on the, like, other, like, the actual page, it just says rain. Is it just 10% all day long? Well, if it's not that likely to rain, I don't know. PDP next to the Nova's when? When one shows up on Craigslist for less than $1,000. There you go. Yeah, I wish I got the day off when it rained. That's why when I'm streaming and it rains, I will just stop and go outside. Got 9 minutes left on the print. It's not really long enough to get involved in anything, but then we're going to probably do it again. Because we need the other color too. I mean, yeah, I'd be interested in a PDP-11 for sure. I'm not brand loyal to anything other than not stupid Apple computers. I mostly mean modern ones at that. Cactus are not that common in... Let me rephrase that. What you think of as cactus, which are saguaros, are actually very expensive because they're protected. So they have to be farmed specifically, and then they take forever to grow. So they're not around decoratively. No. Well, let me put it this way, Remdog. I have bought every mini computer I've ever seen for sale nearby. All two of them. Well, agave aren't cactus. They're succulent. Prickly pears, yeah, they're just really difficult to keep alive. They get that weird bug infestation where the white, like, smuts comes out of their spines. And then they die. Five minutes left. It should be done. Yeah, it looks like it's done with the stem. I would get up and look at it, but I have to get up and look at it in 5 minutes anyway, so, you know, why put in the effort? This was in draft quality? I mean, yeah, kinda. Accidentally. Like watching PLA to dry. Yeah. Pretty sure those tops are turning out extremely well there, though. Sitting still is actually helping my headache quite a bit. Mark, it depends on what you're doing. If you're doing something purely artistic, it's not that difficult in Blender. If you're doing something mechanical like these, it can be more of a challenge because you have to understand what design constraints there are and how they will impact your print and the way that the printer works to work best with the model. Pipe magazine time? No. We're really not doing that on stream anymore. It is too much of a liability to start scattering the bite magazines all over the office, because that's just what ends up happening. I'm going to try some water and aspirin. Oh, it finished! Yay! I have this theory.
Loriku says CHEER 100 too much of a liability, another term for chat. End of line.
I have this theory that all medication meant for adults, like aspirin, has a recommended dosage of 2 pills. But they say 1 to 2 pills on them because they know people are going to do 2 pills. Because they're going to think, oh, my problem's bad enough that I need 2. Not just 1. 1 won't do it. I need 2 of them. So 2 is always the recommended dosage for medication that you decide yourself whether or not you take. All right, go take a look at the print. I mean, they look like keys from here. Over the counter. Yeah, you and your fancy words. All right, they really look like keys from here. Dang, look at that. Is this still hot? Yeah, the temp of the bed hasn't been lowered. Why? Off. Oh, the texture on them's really good. I'm very happy with how that turned out.
Diaguitarist says the deck talk is a purely magic part of the stream because it brings joy even with the CHEER 100 moments. No need to sit all day for a keycap wait, it's done. CHEER 100 says it's now time to sing celebrate. Da 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 da. Beginning of line. End of line.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Diego. There we go. Ah, it took some of the ink with it. Dang it. All right, here we go. 3D printer parts. Let me get my silicone pad so I can cheat and know where to put stuff. All right, let me grab a real key for comparison. That one's broken. Okay. Yeah, no, the color's not going to match. This is a closer match than these are. Okay. So let's compare the small one first. So we got a brim I'm going to have to peel off that will have absolutely destroyed the angle for the side. And then all the supports, but we'll get to the supports in a moment. Okay, so yeah, that side kind of sucks, but that's what I expected and why I printed that onto the far side. I have sandpaper around here, but I don't know. There it is. Okay. Mr. VVS, you're kind of pushing it there. Okay, let's just get this removed. Maybe I should slice that off here. Where'd my X-Acto blade go? Oh, come on, there we go. Okay. So the more I sand it, the more like burnt it's gonna look. So I don't want to do it a ton.
RHK77SI is the only important question is the stem mechanically working correct? CHER.
Well, I mean, we're a little ways away from finding that out still.
Ultimate says, well, I'm going to hop on board this hype train even if hardly anybody else is. That means I'll have lots of room to myself in the carriage. CHER 100. End of line.
Ben, thank you for the 100 bits, and RHK, thank you for the 100 bits. We'll find all that out in a moment with the fitment. Although, so far, I kind of don't like how the fork part looks. I might need to widen the fork. Gotta figure out how to remove all the support material, though. That looks like it's going to be a challenge. I think the raft bonded too well here. The over extrusion that seems to have happened didn't help as well. Wow, the texture.
100 TECHTA 5 oops TECHTA 5 oops TECHTA 5 oops. End of line.
DDOPus, thank you for the 100 bits there.
Chlorocoon says worse, it's a hype replacement bus service. CHER 100. End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 100 bits. And Mark, I mean, you can probably just find one that's already been designed and just print that. So, no, that probably wouldn't be difficult. How am I going to get this to separate? I think I need to increase the distance on the supports and fix the over extruding. The over extruding I introduced to correct a different issue that I think this filament doesn't have. So far, I'm going to say the answer to the question of will it fit in the keyboard is not even slightly close at all. No, definitely not. It seems really bad because of the supports. This is just a test run. I mean, in hindsight, yes. In reality, if it had worked, it wouldn't have been. Well, it definitely needs more wall thickness. Because I just poked through the front of it. But also, I'm noticing I can actually see through the side here. There we go. Hey, yeah, look at that. You say you put it on the fastest speed? I mean, that's a variable. It was a preset that I had made that was set to favor speed over quality for the SSD holders. So it was not well tuned for this. However, the problems that are related to this are larger than just the print speed. Like the whole raft thing that it uses for the supports absolutely did not work at all. It engulfed it and it's just permanently bonded to it. Like these are just not going to work at all. They're not even close to usable. I don't think it'll work, but just for kicks. Wait a minute, it totally works. What? We take off that one. I mean, it's not awesome. It's a little too wide at the base. Along the top, probably because of the brim. I mean, that would work. All right, let's do this one. Just for kicks. Might as well. You know what I should do? I'm gonna go work on the settings for this, and we'll start a new print while I do this one. Okay, platter. Let's go to the print settings, support material. Okay, now contact, Z distance, vertical distance between your object and support material interface. Okay, well, the other problem here, I need the support material painting. I really need it to not be on the sides at all. So yeah, only the bottom. That's a, no, not in that, not there either. Okay, what does that look like? That's better. That's a lot better. Okay, so that won't suck as much. Okay, so I need to clean up that one too. It's a little bit there I think I need to get off. Also, maybe I just, you know, not have it go as far back. I want to go all the way back. Okay, whatever, fine. All right. Let's do this one. Oh, bad. Oh my gosh. Better. Okay. So that won't be as much of a pain in the butt to clean. Now, let's go with print settings, include the supports. Oh, great. Okay, well. Drat. Speed. Let's do perimeters. 100. Infill. Let's do infill 100. Perimeters 55, because the whole thing is perimeters. Support material 60, sure. Bridges 80. I feel like the bridging on the top was really good, so I don't want to change that. Well, let's make this 100, because then external perimeters will be 50. You set up detect bridges and Prusa. You only have to support the tip of the stem, and it'll use bridging instead of overhanging. Overhang? Well, we're printing at like a slight angle, so it's not just a bridge. So I can't really easily do that. The over extrusion. I need to, where's that at? Extruders. I have it set to like 1.3. I think I don't want that. Or 1.03. Let's see. Filament. Yeah, set this to 1.0. Okay. Slice. All right, I think that's the new print settings there. Retraction would help. Yeah, it's Bowden though, so that's a little more complicated. That doesn't work quite as well. I think it should retract though. Retraction length 4. Yeah, I think I had to set this like really, really high. So maybe I set it even higher. Maybe we go 6. All right, slice. All right, let's just try this. Let's see what we get. I don't know what you mean by droughts. We're not ready to print though, because I gotta go clean the bed. With that support wins. Oh, drafts. I mean the air conditioning's on. It'll be fine. Whatever. Not export. Go print. Do a print. Oh my gosh. Why can't it save the name? Eh. 4. There. Upload and print. Alright, I'll be doing this thing in the background while I cut up a key. Ugh. Alright. Okay, now I can show you the 0. Yeah, it totally. If anything, that part is raised out. Like it absolutely did not work. It's bad. All right, now let's hollow this out. Yeah, this is not my best print. I'm pretty sure this is like not a great FDM printer subject to begin with though. Because the thickness of the key walls is literally 2 layers of PLA. Like it's there's not a lot of material for it to work with here. Okay, make the walls thicker. The outer walls, yes. This one, not so much, and that's what's going to influence the quality of this. Because the thicker I make that, the more pressure the spring will apply to it. You do need to be patient to do this kind of thing. When you're doing fine mechanical stuff like this, yes, this is a pain in the butt. For sure. Position it upside down. So you mean like this? Because that will absolutely destroy that. This is concave. All right. Let's see what we get. Oh my gosh, that's really nice. It has the same problem the other one does. Where it's poking out a little bit too much on the top. It's not on the bottom. It's possible I mispositioned the stem in the model, but I think it's the brim kind of messing it up. So this is the one that would actually be printed in this color for all that it matters, since the colors aren't even slightly close. Oh, that's better. Yeah, there we go. Cut off more of the brim. That works. Yeah, actually, no, this is the one that would be printed darker. I mean, that makes it usable. It's hard to argue with usable. I don't think FDM was ever going to be in danger of being a final pretty option. But we can at least make it not as garbage. Dude, I need new sandpaper so bad. Does none of the F keys have legends? Would it make sense to print a whole set? No, because I don't want the garbage keys in there if I don't have to. Is it double shot cap an option, doing the inner cap, FDM, the outer, and resin? No, because resin is not, I mean, a resin printer doesn't work that way. A resin printer is LCDs, like one layer at a time. So, if I'm adding anything to it, I might as well just print it in resin instead. which it's looking increasingly like we're just going to do that tomorrow. I think the wall thickness requirement here is just too narrow for FDM. Proof of concept, in a way, yeah. That is what it became. Had I known that this was only going to be a proof of concept, I wouldn't have spent $40 on filament. But, you know, live and learn. It's way better than I would have guessed, though. Dude, I need so many springs. So many springs. R&D cost tax. Tax deduction. Yeah, I don't get that money back. It just means I don't have to pay tax on that. So it's not, you know, 100% back. It's just 30% of that I don't have to pay taxes on. Or pay as taxes. Sandpaper is just paper at this point. Well, the directionality of the print's definitely working. That's upside down and it looks way it doesn't mount correctly. So the slant part is slanting like it should. Oh, what happened? Why is it going in and rotated now? Or maybe I just put it in weird. Familiar choice business taxes, yeah. Have you found replacement springs? I haven't looked yet. Well, how's this print going? It is printing. The over extrusion doesn't look as bad now. All right, so we'll let that other print finish. And then that'll wrap up the stream because it took longer for that last one. Matter of fact, that might even take longer than... Says print time left 1 hour. Well, that's cool. Fun. Yeah, I could print a mini Dasher K, or actually, I could print a whole mini Dasher. I hadn't even considered that. There's probably a bajillion 3D models out there of the Severance terminal, so I could just print one of those. Yeah, I bet I would be able to find springs. I mean, they are a particular diameter to fit on the stems, but I don't know how much it actually matters. I do know I need to find my pads. My foam and foil pads. Where'd they end up? In here? No. You guys want to see this cool ruler I got? It's a, like a draftsman's architect ruler for GE. It's metal. Kind of awesome. I don't think the filament pads are in here. That's unfortunate. Okay. There's a stapler I bought too. I love this. This goes in my crinkle paint collection. Look at that coating. Oh my gosh, it is incredible. I want anything that has crinkle paint. It is the best. So yeah, as soon as I saw that, knew I had to have it. It's apparently from the 50s, which makes sense because crinkle paint. Is it hand drawn? No, it is a paint type that shrinks and contracts on it. No, it's a boss stitch. That's the other cool thing is it's not a swing line. I got lots of swing lines. Yeah, I really like that thing. Go and put that with my Mac. See, contemporary swing line to that boss stitch, just a boring gray, you know, or beige here. And then, you know, it's branded for some random company, I guess, on the front. I mean, I suppose this one's pretty cool too. That one goes next to my 5150 in my fun decorated room. You have a mechanical calculator with that finish? I'm incredibly jealous. Oh, wait. Well, that's... I mean, there's a lot of calculators that should have that finish. I think this comptometer may have had that finish at one point, but it has all been rubbed off. Or at least it would have up front. So... you can see it on here, but you can also see how fragile it is. So yeah, that's it. But then it's getting decayed from usage there. Is that my good comptometer? It's the only comptometer I have. They're not common. Oh, I love this thing, though. So good. Oh, didn't press the key all the way down. Oh, I love that thing. Anyway, how's the print going? It's not going faster, that's for sure. Is it still working? It doesn't use electricity, so yes. Also stinks. Nah, that one does not stink. And that's probably why it works, because it hasn't been jammed up with a bunch of disgusting oil. He redid a wrinkle finish. That's interesting. I've found out that there are actually a number of modern wrinkle paints that you can get. There are some that are even high temp meant for valve covers, which are super cool. So I'm probably going to look into that at some point. Yeah, I don't know where the new foam and foil pads went. Dude, this headache is killing me. I want it to not... I want to not have the headache. All right, well, they're probably at home. It matters because we don't have enough to finish up the top row on the keyboard. So, did a bunch of old radios wrinkle paint. Ooh. Go ahead, work at makes that kind of finish. That's awesome. Turns drinks. Hydrate it, yeah. Sniffing film and equal headache, it might be that. Underwood typewriter should be wrinkle chip battle gray. Couldn't find it easily. My Underwood, no, I don't have an Underwood. I have a Royal. Yeah. Thank you for the 100 bits, Swarm. No, we'll see if the aspirin kicks in. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I don't have anything else to meander around with while waiting. I'm going to put my Surface away, though. We're done with that for now. So I'm watching Shelby. Wanted to end the stream a half an hour ago. Now he's... I didn't want to end the stream a half an hour ago. We technically have a half an hour from now to go still. I have never thought of a deck alpha. I don't pursue computers for the most part. It's what shows up. Like, I'm sure I could go spend $5,000 and get a PDP-11 right now by persuading someone to sell it. I don't want to. It's just, that's not the way to do it. Wait for something that's, probably broken, kind of cheap. Get that. Fix it to get familiar with it. Data general, that style. And then I am happy with it. Oh man. Ugh. Print is printing. Yep. Hmm. DGs weren't really meant to be background props. They just kind of were. Just trying to relax for headache. And wondering if there's anything else I could work on. It takes like 5 minutes or something here. I don't think so. If I weren't streaming right now, I'd be going and sleeving magazines and big boxes right now. But that's not a easy task. It's also not a good one. That's a lot of moving around now that I think about it. That's not a simple task, Chef Radar, because it's not just going to directly pin to USB. Ha! Even Ben. Ben, just use a no modem cable. I'm telling you, that'll fix everything. That's the solution. Just throw a no modem cable in there. You know you want to. There's no modem cable in there because there has to be. Let's see. I can tease you all with something. How about we do that? That'll kill some time. I'm going to be super ridiculously vague about this, though. You get no information at all. The only information you get is confirmation of the existence of this thing. Some of you may understand some of the significance of what I'm about to show you. Most of you won't. I'm giving you a bad angle intentionally. There we go. Okay. Here you go. Ooh, even that angle gives away too much. I don't want to give away more than that. All right. So, here's something. What is that? I'm not telling you. Yes. These are Sony OA D30V drives. So you can tell they're D30Vs because the head always... Is that... That's a reflection. Like, that's not a light or something. No, that's a reflection. That's kind of funny. But yeah, so the disc can't go in unless you're holding that in place, and then it will drop down. It's a 3.5-inch drive, not a 3-inch drive. It is like the 9121, but maybe some 9121 shipped with these drives, but yeah, it's not. So yes, these are manual shutter discs. This is taped open, but these are full manual shutter. They do not have the arm to open the shutter. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm not going to show you any more than what you are seeing right now. The device that these are in is, I believe, the only known functional example of this computer on the planet. And even earlier Jonos, no. What are we doing right now? Waiting for my 3D printer to finish printing. So that's all I'm telling you, though. I bought it because it came with these. But, yeah, what room are we in? We're in the main room. Yeah, all right, that's all you get to see. Boop. Now it goes away. So there you go. That was your fun little mini spoiler distraction. Come on. It needs new capacitors. I have already ordered them. One day I'll be installing them, but I'm not doing that on stream. No one gets to know about that computer until the video about it is done. More Grease Weasel pull requests incoming? Probably not, actually. This one is simple enough that I already know what it is. Desiac, it had been there for way longer than now before you knew about it, and it's going to stay there, and nothing is going to happen with it. Nothing I said was directed at you. So, yep. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited about that one. Don't think YouTube chat has been coming through. So Funky Bass Man, YouTube chat just takes a really long time because it's dumb. I don't know what you're talking about now, Desiac. I think we're thinking about different things. Those are looking better. They're getting close. Say they're about 75% done. Oh, the thing says 87% done, 4 minutes left. Oh, they're going to finish in time. Cool. There's a picture on the Tech Tangents wiki. There is not. I'll say this. If it's a computer I think you're thinking of, DZAC, they only have one drive. I use this an actual springy spring for the shutter. I'm not sure what you mean. Anyway, no, YouTube is YouTube's fault. There is nothing I can do. It is not the Jonas Escort. No, that was not the Jonas Escort. You guys already know about that. You don't know what this is. Even if I told you what it is, you actually wouldn't know what it is. But I'm not telling you what it is. Yeah, just don't, DZX. It's not worth it. Doesn't matter. Storm Crash, you are thinking of the Sony SMC. Is it 90? Pretty sure it's 90. No, it's not that. Those drives are horizontal to each other. You know what it is? Yeah, you know what it is. Digital Ice Age is the only one who knows what it is. The orientation probably confused you. So that was just, it's real narrow between the badge and other parts of it. I guess we can have a view of the printer. Storm Crash, you won't be able to think your way through the problem. It's too rare. When I say it's the only known working example, that is your hint. That's the only hint I'm giving you. It is the only known working example on the planet. I mean, it's not technically known working because I haven't publicly announced what it is, but from what I have been able to find, that is it. That's the only known working example of one. Complete discount tire. I'm going home and taking a nap. I got a headache. I'll say I've already given enough away that if you really wanted to find it, you could. You'll lift 500 pounds of drywall after the stream ends. I mean, I could keep it gone and I shaved it down because why not? But yeah, so that's what that looks like. I'm going to take a picture of this to send to Commodore Z, who sent me this. Boop. There we are. It's not perfect. F again? Did it really? No, it can't have. I still have remote desktop. Anyway. So, all right. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. So, all right. Here's the thing. While I can control the stream and we're kind of done, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I do need to cut out the other key. I'll just give you the short version. It was slightly easier to remove the supports. It's not perfect. The walls are still too thin. They didn't adhere to each other that well, so I need to tune that filament a little better. But yeah, it's okay. but I'm pretty sure resin printing is going to be the answer. So I will determine whether or not I'm going to stay home and do resin prints tomorrow of these, and then we'll take a look at those or not. But yeah, so I am going to run the outro here, and we're going to wrap up the stream. Boop. All right. Yeah, the deck talk might be silent because of the restarts. So, okay. Well, that was a stream. Showed you some stuff. We printed some keys. We determined printed keys kind of suck, which I figured human interface things aren't really great for 3D printing. And these are really fine detail items to 3D print. I would say anything smaller than like a cookie, like isn't a great idea to 3D print. So I don't know. But yeah, we're going to go with that. So, yeah, if you, that's it for now. So if you enjoyed this stream, you may want to follow to be notified when I go live again next. If you want to help support the channel, you can, I missed something. I don't think so. If you want to help support the channel, I am on Patreon, or you can get a shirt like this one, the live exclusive support offer for some reason. That's it for now, and I will see you all next time. Where's the printer thing? What? Missing. Oh, I screwed that up. Well, there's that, and printer. Wait, there were 5 gifted subs? Hold what? Printer, print, hold what? I don't even see that here. Hold on. It happened when the internet was out, I'm guessing, or maybe it was right when it came back. Hold on. I got 0 notification of that. Hold on, I'm loading it up. There we go. Okay, yes. Spooky, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I really appreciate that. Thank you a lot. That was not the most opportune time to do that, but I still very much appreciate it. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I guess when the house internet dies, my script that checks for that kind of stuff loses connection. So, yeah, but thank you. I really do appreciate it. But all right, now we're wrapping it up, so I'll see you all later.